Hey guys, it's Kenzie. Thank you for being here. So for today's video, we're going to be doing a lime wash paint on my walls. I'm going to be kind of showing you how I did this and like a step-by-step process of everything. And this video is actually a part of a whole living room makeover series that I'm doing. And I'm really excited about it. We're totally transforming my entire living room. I just am craving some change and we need some storage solutions for all of my kids' toys. And I just kind of want to brighten up the space, change the decor, and just, I don't know, have a nice fresh space. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be showing you how to DIY lime wash. I've never done this before, so we're going to be tackling it together. I've only know what I'm doing from like the research that I've done online, so this should be interesting. But yeah, that's enough talking. Let's get right into the part one of my whole living room makeover transformation, which is the lime wash. So let's do it right now. So this is what my living room is looking like right now. I am just so over the black, you guys. Like, it makes the room look so small, and it also just, I don't know, like I don't know why I did it in the first place. Like, I liked it for the first like maybe a day that I had it, and then I was like, oh, already over it. So it's been a long time coming that we changed this. I am so excited and eager to get it done and just get this space brightened up. And then my son's toys are all spread out in baskets right there, and it just gets so cluttery and messy. And so that is going to be coming up in an upcoming video. We're going to be building built-in shelves, and then also we're going to be doing our own floating shelves for the left side right there with a window on the opposite side of the window. And so yeah, we're gonna have storage solutions for all of those toys, and I am so excited. It's gonna be such a fun transformation. So once everything is cleared out of the way, we are ready to paint. So this is the primer that I'm using, and you want to make sure you use a primer for this project. Honestly, like normally I don't use a primer, but for lime wash it can just like wipe off the walls really easily. So this is the primer that I'm using. It is very thick, like it was like glue. That's kind of why I showed you that shot. It is pretty hard to work with, but you want to make sure you use an acrylic based primer. I will link the one that I use specifically down below. But yes, so for lime wash paint, you just want it to be acrylic based so it can go ahead and stick to the primer rather than just like wiping off the walls, which is kind of what lime wash can tend to do. So I'm just priming all of the walls. If you guys feel like you need to use painter's tape, by all means go ahead. I honestly was just a little bit lazy, so I didn't tape it up. And then I didn't put anything on the floors to protect the floors because I know that built-ins are going here, and so I figured that if any paint got on the floors, it's going to be fine because it's just going to be covered up with built-ins, and these built-ins are going to be permanent. So yeah, so I thought it was going to be totally fine without anything. I was just kind of being lazy and I wanted to get this done. So yeah, so I'm just going to finish priming the walls real quick, and then I will get back to you guys once the primer is all dry. Okay, so we primed it last night. It's been drying for, I don't know, maybe like 15 hours or so. And we only did one coat of the primer, and it's clearly not fully covered. But I really don't want to do another second coat. Like, I feel like the look that I'm going for is kind of splotchy like this. So I feel like it almost is going to help. Hi, Bags. It's almost gonna help the look of it. So I'm gonna try to just lime wash over this with some splotches coming through the primer, and we're gonna see how it turns out. Okay, so this is all the stuff that I have. So the paint that I'm using is this lime wash paint from Vasari, I think is how you say it. I didn't know what color to get, so I got two different ones. This one is cement gray. I mixed it in this bowl. So this is how it usually comes. It's like super thick. So I just mixed it with a tiny little bit of water, and it's just It's just a little bit thicker than your average paint. That's how YouTube told me to do it, so that's how I'm gonna do it. And then this one is the color Alabaster. This is a little bit lighter. Actually, it's significantly lighter. I think I might like this one. And yeah, so, and then this one in the middle is these two colors mixed together because maybe I'll like a neutral color. I am just going to go ahead and test these out on a piece of paper, and then we're gonna see which color we like the best. And then we just have these block brushes. I just got these from Amazon. I don't know how well they're gonna work because they're pretty cheap. So hopefully they work okay. I just got 3 different sizes to make 3 different size strokes just to kind of add some variation. So yes, let's paint and see what color we want to put on the walls. I'm just testing out the samples on my wall. So they were not fully dry. I thought that they were, and I had waited about 10 minutes and I totally thought that they were dry, but they were not. And so just keep in mind, the lime wash dries like so much lighter than it actually applies. So you will see like when this coat is done, how light it really does dry. So just keep that in mind. It looks way darker when you first apply it. So it might be a little like scary at first, but it doesn't look anything like what it does right now. So when it dries. So yeah, you will see in just a minute. So when you're applying lime wash, you essentially just want to make little clouds and connect them. And so you want to go in different streaks and different motions so they're not all the same. So normally when you're painting, you just kind of like go up and down and you don't really want to do this. And it's you're kind of doing the opposite of what you normally would do painting. Like you literally want to just go everywhere. And yeah, so another tip that I have for you is to spread the paint out that's on your brush the whole way before you dip it in again. So you're basically just spreading the paint as thin of a layer as you can. You don't want to do too thick of a layer or else the paint will just like wash off. Like you can literally just like wash it off with a washcloth. So you want to do it in thin layers, and then you just kind of work your way up. So if you need to do a second coat, then you can, but you want to make sure the first coat dries all the way. So they recommend it drying for about 24 hours before you start the second coat. I personally let it dry for about 30 minutes before I started the second coat because I knew that I just wanted a second coat and it seemed pretty dry to me. I just left my windows open and it dried pretty fast. So if you're wondering what lime wash is exactly, it's actually just 2 ingredients. It's lime and paint. And so it's much less toxic than regular paint, and it all comes from natural materials from the earth. And essentially like when I was doing it, it's really just like seems like you're putting dirt on your walls. Like that's kind of how it feels when you're painting it on. And yeah, it gives that earthy texture and earthy feel. And I just think it kind of grounds the space a little bit. And I love the way that it looks. Okay, so it's not fully dry. Like there's a few splotches that need to dry still, but it's so light, you guys. Like okay, so you can tell there's a little bit of texture, like a little tiny bit, like right around here. Oh, it is. Actually, I kind of like it the more that I'm looking at it, especially up closer. But I don't like how you can see like the texture of the drywall right here. I am for sure gonna do another coat. I'm honestly just trying to figure out, should I do a darker color? Like, I think I might put the mix of the 2 colors on for the next coat just because I thought it was gonna be a tiny bit darker. And I just wanna add a little bit more texture. So we're gonna try that. is what the second coat looks like. And I mix like a 3 to, hello Otis. I mix like a 3-to-1 ratio of the darker paint, like the cement gray, with like 1 scoop of the alabaster. So we're gonna see how this turns out. I like left some white in there to maybe give it a little bit more texture. I don't know what I'm doing. We're gonna figure it out together. But yeah, look how dark it is, and then look how dark it turns when it's dry. Okay, so this is what it looks like after. I apologize I didn't get the best after shots, but I kind of wanted to save it for the final reveal of the living room. And I know that there's black on the bottom. Don't worry, that will be covered up with all of the built-in shelves that we're doing. I didn't even want to bother painting that because I don't know, why waste the paint when it's going to be covered up anyway. So yeah, this is the after. I love how subtle and earthy it is, and it also kind of looks like a concrete wall almost, and I am loving it. Okay guys, so that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you learned some tips and tricks on how to lime wash if you wanted to do that in your home, or if you're just here for the whole living room reveal. Make sure you stay tuned because there's going to be more videos going all in depth on how we do everything. And so the next video, we're going to be building like built-in cabinets and shelves and totally transforming that wall that we just did the lime wash on, and we're just going to add some built-ins to that. And so we're going to do that all ourselves. We're going to build everything ourselves, and I'm going to go in depth on how I do everything. And yeah, this living room makeover should be a very big one, and I'm really excited about it. So yeah, stay tuned. Make sure you stay tuned for the next couple of videos so you can see the final reveal. It's gonna be amazing. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.